Starting from the front of the mat, standing tall, drop the shoulders. Big inhale, circle the arms around and up. Exhaling, dive over the legs. Inhaling, lift the chest. Exhaling, stepping both feet back into plank pose. Deep breath in. Then exhale, lower your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Slide it through into low cobra, bhujangasana. Return to your down dog or take child's pose. We're here for 3 deep breaths. On an inhale, lift up the heels high. As you exhale, sink the heels back to the mat. Rolling forward to plank pose, shoulders over the wrist. Exhale, lower your knees onto the mat so you're on hands and knees. Inhaling, arching the spine. Exhaling into cat pose, rounding it down, pressing up between the shoulder blades. Inhaling, arching the spine, tucking the toes. Exhaling back to your downward facing dog. With a little bend in the knees, looking forward through the hands. Walk your feet up to the front of the mat, folding over the legs. With your feet hip width distance apart, interlace the fingers behind your back, bending up the knees a little or a lot, as long as they're not perfectly straight. We don't want to stress out the lower back. Relax your arms toward the mat, roll up slowly to stand. Tuck the tailbone a little bit as you uncurl all the way up. Shoulders back. Inhale, circle the arms up and over. Exhaling, dive over the legs. Chest up on the inhale. Exhaling to plank. You can always jump it back to chaturanga if you like. Upward facing dog. Then exhaling back to your down dog or taking child's pose. On an inhale, lift the heels high. Exhaling, sink the heels back toward the mat. Rolling forward to your plank pose. Exhaling, lower your knees onto the mat. Arching the spine, coming into a little cow pose. Exhaling, rounding down into your cat pose. Inhaling, arching, start tucking the toes again. Downward facing dog as you exhale. Bending the knees, looking forward, walk or hop the feet lightly to the front of the mat, folding over the legs with the feet hip width distance, interlace the fingers behind the back, take the opposite pinky finger on top, keeping the knees bending at least a little bit, head down, one more inhale. On the exhale, relax your arms toward the mat, rolling up slowly to stand. Once again, uncurl all the way up. Standing tall, shoulders back, Tadasana. Inhaling, circle the arms around and up. Exhaling, fold over the legs. Chest up on the inhale. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale to your upward facing dog. Exhaling back to your downward facing or child's pose, always keeping in mind you can modify as you see fit. Last time, inhaling, lift the heels. Exhaling, sink the heels down. Rolling forward to your plank pose. Exhaling your knees onto the mat. Arching the spine, inhaling, let the eyes look up. Exhaling, cat pose, rounding it down. Inhaling, arching the spine. Exhaling for downward facing dog. Little bend in the knees, looking forward. Step or lightly hop your feet to the front of the mat. This time we'll lift the chest on the inhale, maybe palms to shins. Exhaling, round it down, folding over the legs. Stepping your feet together, toes and heels touch. Bend the knees all the way, sitting deep into chair pose. Utkatasana, arms high, relax the shoulders, fold over the legs, letting it go. Chest up on the inhale. Exhale to chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Exhaling back, downward facing dog, lifting up the right leg. Step the right foot through, warrior one, back heel down, lifting up. On the exhale, lower the hands, chaturanga, all the way down. Upward facing dog. Exhaling to your down dog, switching sides, stepping the left foot through, right heel down, lift up out of the waist, big inhale. Exhale, hands down, chaturanga, lower. Upward facing dog. Exhaling back to your down dog. 3 deep breaths. One more breath. Little bend in the knees, look forward. Exhaling, round it down, folding over the legs, keeping your feet together, toes and heels touch. Bend up the knees all the way again, sitting into your chair pose. Lift the arms high. Bring both palms together at the heart. Twist to the right side. Hook the left elbow. Look over the right shoulder. On your inhale, come to center. Diving over the legs with your exhale. Send the left leg back. Low lunge, lifting up the right arm. Take a twist. You could modify with your back knee on the mat. Keep the right heel down. Lower the right hand, warrior one. Back heel spins down. Float the arms high. Let's make this a nice humble warrior. Sweep the arms back, interlace fingers. Big inhale. Then exhale, round it down. Soften the head down, let the arms reach high. One more breath. On your inhale, bring it all the way up to warrior one. Reverse the warrior, drop the right arm back. Keep the front knee pointing forward as it bends. Lower both hands to the mat. Down dog split with the right leg up. Bring your knee in toward the nose, curl it in. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Step all the way forward. Fold over the legs, feet together. Bending up the knees, Utkatasana. Palms to prayer at the heart, twisting to the left. Look over the left shoulder. Inhaling back to the middle. Dive over the legs with your exhale. Send the right leg back in a low lunge. Take your twist. Lift the left arm. Maybe even step your left foot an inch or so more to the left side. Keep the left knee bending nice and deep, pointing forward. Lower the left hand, warrior one. Right heel, 45-degree angle. Lifting up out of the waist as you reach. Humble warrior, arms back. Change the grip as you interlace fingers. Chest high. Exhaling, round it down. Soften the head down. We'll hold one more breath. On the inhale, all the way back to warrior one, into reverse warrior. Lengthen the tailbone down. Lower both hands to the mat, low lunge. Down dog split, lift the left leg up. Bring the knee to the nose, round it in. Inhaling the left leg high. Exhaling, low lunge. Step all the way forward, lifting the chest. Rounding down, folding over the legs. Feet all the way together, toes and heels touch. Start to bend up the knees all the way. Utkatasana, sit deep. Palms together at the heart. We're twisting to the right. Look over the shoulder. Stepping your left foot back in a twist lunge. You can modify here. Lower the back knee down or keep it lifting, but make sure you're still looking over the right shoulder. On your inhale, return to the center. Low lunge as you exhale. Spin the back heel down, warrior one, float the arms high. Humble warrior, arms back, change the grip again, interlace fingers, rounding it down. Inhale, come up about halfway, turn on the back toes, warrior three, back leg off the mat. Drop the outer left hip a little bit, hips level, chest forward. Return to warrior one, left foot back, sweep the arms up. Reverse warrior, drop the left arm back. Lower both hands to the inside of the right foot. Come into a side lunge at the back of the mat. Bend the left knee, keep the heel on the mat. Lift your right toes off the mat, but be careful, no lifting your back left heel off the mat. Come into center, prasarita, fold over the legs. Chest up on the inhale, low lunge toward the front of the mat. Vashisthasana, side plank, drop the left hand down, right leg stack it on top. You can modify this any way you choose, maybe drop the bottom knee. You can step the top leg back, lifting over, return to your regular plank pose, nice and easy, chaturanga. Inhale to your up dog. Let's go to a little child's pose. Knees down, toes together. Relaxing your hips to your heels. Deep breaths. Coming back again onto your hands and knees. Tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back. Big inhale, lifting the right leg. On your exhale, bring the knee to the nose. Inhaling the right leg up. Exhale into a fallen triangle. Step the right foot through, roll to the edges of the feet. Lifting the left arm up, big inhale. Exhale, release with the right leg up, low lunge, step the foot through, step all the way to the front, fold over the legs, rounding down, returning your feet all the way together. Start to bend up the knees all the way, Utkatasana, sitting deep, palms together at the heart, twisting to the left, look over the left shoulder, stepping your right foot back in a twist lunge. Nice and easy, gets it done. You can lower the back knee or keep it lifted. Take one more breath, looking over the left shoulder. Let's come back to center, back heel down, warrior one, lifting the arms, humble warrior, arms back, change the grip, interlace fingers, rounding down, head down. On the inhale, coming up about halfway, turn on the back toes, warrior three, right leg lifting up, strong left leg, drop the outer right hip a little bit. heart forward. Warrior one, return the right foot back, arms up, reverse warrior, left arm high. Lower down both hands to the mat, inside the left foot. Skandasana to the right, take your side lunge. Keep the right heel on the mat, keep pressure out of the knees. Center, Prasarita. Back up, low lunge at the front. Side plank, Vashisthasana to the left. Right hand down, stack the left leg. Try to do the same thing here you did on the first side. I stepped the top leg back. One more breath. Coming back to center, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. I'm gonna go back to down dog, but feel free to take child's pose if you like. Deep breaths. Little lifting up the left leg. Bring your knee in toward the nose. Inhaling the left leg up. Exhaling, fall in triangle pose. Roll to the edges of the feet. Right arm lifted high. One more big inhale. Exhaling, lower the right hand, left leg up, step to your low lunge. Bring it all the way through. Rounding down, folding over the legs. Bring your feet about hip width distance apart, grabbing onto your big toes in yogi toe lock. That's the first two fingers of each hand. And hip width distance is approximately the space of two fists between the feet. Chest up on the inhale, then exhale, rounding down. And if you're modifying here, just fold over the legs with a little bend in the knees. Bring your hands to opposite elbows. Deep breaths. All right, draw the crown of the head toward the mat. Keep the sit bones high. One more breath. Inhaling, lift the chest. Exhaling, releasing out the toes. Padahastasana, slide the hands under toward the wrist crease. On your exhale, drop the head down, toes down. Continue rounding over the legs. One more breath. Chest up on the inhale. Exhaling, releasing out the hands. Slowly bringing your hands to the waist, and with a flat back, press up all the way to stand. Chest up, shoulders down. Tadasana, palms slightly forward. Good, let's do some Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana, one-legged balancing poses with your hands on the waist. Shift your weight slightly to the right leg as you bend up at the left knee, grabbing onto your big left toe in yogi toe lock, chest up. And you can hold it here if this is a more solid and stable way to balance. If you're going for it, keep the standing leg strong. Press the left heel out. Drop the outer left hip a little bit, just gazing past the end of the nose. Hopefully I don't fall right on my face here. Chest up. You can bend the left knee if it needs to bend, right? If it's not ready to straighten, but never your standing leg. Keep your foundation solid. Bring your left leg out to the left side. Chest up. Start to shift your drishti over the right shoulder. One more breath. Coming back to center. Let's bend at the left knee and bend the right knee. Bring your left ankle above the right knee. Come into a little figure four. Yeah, stretching out the left hip a little bit. That might even feel pretty good. Step into warrior one. Bring your left foot back. Turn the heel down. Arms up. Good. This time, changing up the arms in our warrior one. Wrap your left arm under the right, coming into eagle arms, Garudasana arms. Then fold in. Curl the elbows in, rounding down. Opening the shoulders a slightly different way. On your inhale, come all the way up into warrior two, arms out to the side, tailbone down, chest up. Start to straighten the right leg, turn the arms for triangle pose, Trikonasana. Lower the right hand, lift the left, reaching your fingertips to the mat. And press through the legs, come all the way up, turn the right toes in, dive over the legs, Prasarita Padottanasana. Chest up on the inhale, Skandasana to the left as you exhale, keep the back heel down. Low lunge at the front of the mat. Half moon, Ardha Chandrasana, reach the right hand in front of the right foot. If you have blocks, you can always put one under the right hand, lift the left leg up. Lift the left arm, you can turn your head when you're ready. And if you want to go for it, if you're feeling adventurous, you can bend the left knee, grab on with your left hand for a little half bind. Step it back to warrior two, left foot back, arms out, inhale. Exhale, low lunge. Downward facing dog, stepping the right leg back. On your inhale, come forward to plank, chaturanga, exhale, upward facing, and returning to downward facing dog, little bend in the knees, look forward, walk or hop the feet to the front of the mat, folding over your legs. Inhale, circle the arms around and up. Tadasana on the exhale, relax the arms by your side. Bring your hands to the waist, setting up the second side. Shift your weight to the left leg, bending up at the right knee. Keep the hips level, grabbing onto your big right toe. In yogi toe lock, chest up. Finding your drishti past the end of the nose. If you're going for it, press the right heel out. Chest up, drop the outer right hip a little bit. Keep the standing leg strong. Start bringing the right leg out to the right side. Turning your head to the left. Deep breaths. Keep it focused. Bring it back to center. Bending up at the right knee, bring the ankle above the left knee as you bend the left knee, palms together at the heart. A nice figure four stretch, opens the right hip. Warrior one, right foot back, heel down, lifting the arms. Eagle arms, Garudasana, right arm under the left, elbows and wrists, big inhale, then exhaling, round it down, curl it in, head down and hold one breath. Inhale, bring it all the way up, warrior two, reach the arms out nice and strong. Setting up triangle, Trikonasana, straighten the front leg, turn the arms, reaching the arms in opposite directions, lengthening the spine, look up if you can. Good. Pressing through the legs, come all the way up, turn the left toes in. I'm going to interlace the fingers behind the back this time, keep the chest up. Prasarita Padottanasana, crown of the head down, arms high, one more breath. Returning my hands to the mat, chest up, Skandasana to the right, bending the right knee, heel on the mat. Pick up your left toes. Good, low lunge at the front of the mat. Half moon, Ardha Chandrasana, reach the left hand out. Right leg up, pointing the right toes to the back wall of the room, right arm high, and either turning your head, looking up at your fingertips if you want to go for it, grabbing onto your right foot, bending up at the right knee, and shift your gaze if you can. One more breath. Warrior two. Stepping back. Sometimes you really feel stiffer on some days than others. Big inhale. Exhale, low lunge, hands down, down dog, stepping the left leg back. Inhale, bring it forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Exhale, back to your downward facing dog. Grab a little child's pose, knees down, toes together. Deep breaths. Coming back up onto your hands and knees. Return to your downward facing dog. On an inhale, lift up the right leg. With your exhale, bring the knee to the nose, round it in. Inhaling the right leg up. Exhale, stepping your right foot all the way through like you would in fallen triangle pose, but lower your right hip all the way down on the mat. All right, bending up at your elbows. You can hold it here if this is deep enough of a stretch. If you have space to work it a little deeper, bring your chest all the way to the mat, right? Torso down, turning your head to the left, reaching both arms out to the left and to the right. And the back foot on the mat, maybe the toes stay tucked, maybe not. I wouldn't force it for sure. This is our revolved half moon pose. A little easier to get into this stress when you're not having to balance on one leg. Just let the shoulders drop away from the ears. If it feels okay to do so, you can turn your head the opposite direction. Just see how it feels on the neck. All right, opening up through the whole right hip here, giving the spine a nice twist. Right, just a good way to release stuff out. Slide the hands in as you release out. Lift the head, the chest, and come into pigeon. Bending at the right knee, slide the right knee behind the wrist, left leg back. Sit tall and feel free to use any blankets or blocks under the right hip or thigh if you find that sitting tall is a challenge, right? If you find yourself sliding over, definitely use a prop if you need to. Walking the hands all the way out, forehead on the mat. Drop the shoulders. The left toes keep pointing straight back. Let's take one more breath. And as you start to release it out, slide the hands back in, lift the chest, and if you have props under the right leg, just move them out to the side, roll to the right side, bring the left leg around, coming into a cross-legged seat on your mat. And if this is deep enough of a hip stretch, deep enough on the joints, then this is exactly where you should stay. Otherwise, if the joints are agreeable, you can come into a double ankle to knee pose, bringing your left shin on top of your right. Okay, so your shins stack one on top of the other, and you have a straight line from your knee to your ankle. So be mindful of the knees and the ankles here. No torquing at the ankle joint, no high lifting knees, just be careful, okay? Start with the hands behind the back, sit tall. If that's deep enough, stay there. You can walk the fingertips in or even walk the hands around if there's space to do so without lifting your sit bones off the mat. Take one more breath. And coming all the way back up, let's unwrap the legs. Navasana. Roll back slightly off the tailbone, lifting up your legs. You can either keep the knees bending, you can straighten the legs, and if you feel adventurous today, you can maybe sweep the arms out and do a single toe tap with slow, controlled movements. It's not about how fast you can go, how many you can go, or how many you can do. It really is about keeping your belly fired up, so we're not taking any tension in the back or the hips here. Take one more breath. And bending at the knees, come forward, cross at your ankles, press back to your down dog. If you want to take a plank chaturanga, you can. We'll switch the sides, lifting up the left leg, big inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, step the left foot through the right side. Lower the left leg, the hip all the way onto your mat. Bending at your elbows, forearms down. You can hold it here. You can, if you have room to do so, bring your chest down, arms out, and maybe turn your head left. Or on this side, it might feel better to turn your head to the right. Let the shoulders soften up. Surrender up to the stretch. Keep the breath moving. One more breath. And sliding the hands back in, lifting away from the mat, just enough so you can transition into pigeon. Right leg back, sit tall, use props if you need, modify as you need if you need. Slide the hands out, forehead down. One more breath. And coming up, removing any props if you have them under the left leg. Slide the right leg around, keeping your right ankle lined up in front of your left and either holding it here, or if you did so on the first side, lining up the shins for your double ankle to knee. Sit tall, stay here. You can lean in or walk the hands out, keeping your sit bones on the mat. One more breath. Returning all the way upright, unwrapping your legs, bending up at the knees. Navasana. You can hold it here with knees bending. You can straighten the legs, or if you wanted to do another round of your single toe tap, just keep the breath moving, keeping the movement nice and easy. Good, one more breath. And rolling onto your back. Hug your knees in toward the chest. If it feels good, you can rock side to side, maybe happy baby pose. Sliding your heels close in toward your hips, lining up knees directly over the heels. Separate the feet and the knees, hip width distance, setting up a nice bridge pose. Relax the arms alongside the body. Press through the feet, lift the hips. You're either holding onto the edges of the mat, or you can interlace the fingers behind the back. Let the shoulders roll back a little, right? Keep the tailbone reaching forward, hips up. Keeping everything lined up. No gripping the mat with the toes, no lifting the toes. Chest up. One more deep breath in. On your exhale, release the hands, lower the hips, bring the knees in again. And hug your right knee in toward the chest. Take a little twist toward the left side, drop the right arm out. Coming back to center, go the other way, twisting to the right. Dropping your left arm out. Good, coming to center. And if there's any final stretch or twist or anything you'd like to take before settling into Shavasana, feel free to do that. Otherwise, you can either come right into Shavasana, extending your legs out on the mat, or maybe even working into a brief inversion if you wanted to do something like a headstand or shoulder stand, right? Sarvangasana is a nice option, right? Just making sure that you're not tucking your chin in too far, nor are you tilting your head back all the way. If you want a halasana plow pose, you can do that too. Let the arms release out. And of course, take your time coming out. Take your counter stretch. Be sure always to do that. Matsyasana, straight legs, chest up, head back. Right, option one. The other option is Bhujangasana, Cobra Pose, which we did at the beginning of our practice on the belly. Then settling into Shavasana. Enjoy your rest. Remember, it is the most important part of your practice, letting the body have the opportunity to restore itself. Right? Even if your yoga practice is a recovery practice, your Shavasana is a recovery for your asana practice.